Okay. This is a rare event where we have actually already caught up outside of the pod.
I was just gonna say, I was like, you guys don't get to hear our sisterly stories. Sorry, Ani B. We already shared them.
Yeah. They were secret this time.
Secrets. Yeah.
Girl talk only. But we did just leave off on talking about Bookalytics. And I
Mhm.
realized that there's a notification feature where we get notifications when there's new comments or when a poll closes. Mm-hmm. Guess which poll just closed 2 weeks ago?
Addie LaRue.
Yeah. Okay, so Addie LaRue, part one, you can no longer vote in it. So if you didn't have your voice be heard, you missed it. But the question was, would you make a deal with the devil so you wouldn't have to raise 6 kids? What do you think the final numbers were?
Everyone agreed with me. The only people who voted no was you and all of the people you convinced to go on Spotify to falsify votes.
Okay, I don't think any of my faithful followers voted no for me.
What
I
was
think I
it?
might
What
have
was
gone
it?
on Josh's. Okay, 20 votes for no. Is that more than you thought?
Wow. That's good. Good attendance. Good job,
20 for
everyone.
no and 41 votes for yes.
I mean,
So 67-33. It's like a perfect 2/3 to
it's the
one.
fact that it's not even like your kids. It's someone else's
That's
six
true.
kids.
I mean, that's a good point.
That's literally, do you want to be a slave or do you want to be free and sell
But
your
you're
soul to
making a
the
deal with the
devil?
devil. See, the part to me, though, of why you should say no is that, like, it's the devil. Like, I don't want to take that deal lightly, you know? I think that's reasonable.
I'm willing to risk it. And me and the 40 other people, we're all willing to risk
I guess so.
it. The devil to us are six kids.
Yeah. The real life devil. Man.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Should we move
Oh,
on?
I don't know.
Well,
Did you
okay.
have any others?
No, I like checking this other poll. Guess what other poll's real popular?
Uh...
It's no surprise.
Oh, a housemaid is Rockbot.
Yeah. Oh, no, I haven't checked that one. But the housemaid part one, we asked, who do you think will find dead
Oh,
in the attic at the end of the book?
yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one. And we have over 200 votes.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
That one's fun because you actually get to see, like, that's a good question for that book.
Yeah.
So, yeah, first choice is Andrew. And then pretty much tied for second is either Nina or Twist. No one dies.
Ooh.
Good guesses.
I wish Cece had killed them.
I wish Cece had a bigger part than being a lawyer.
Oh my God.
Oh, although, okay, last one. So since you mentioned Brockbot, that poll
Yes.
on Housemaid Secret Part 1 has 58 votes. Also a good
Ooh.
showing.
Okay. Okay.
And the options were robot, FBI agent, or regular old BF. Which one is Brock? And guess which one's in the lead?
FBI agent.
Yeah, 45% of the people think FBI agent, 35% think regular old BF, and only 20% think robot. Actually,
Okay.
20% think he's a robot.
And I wanted to change my vote after I cast it. Even though I read the book, I was like, he is a robot.
I think robot was the perfect explanation for everything that happened. Malfunctions in the rain.
Oh my God.
Are we going to
Okay,
read another Frida? Oh, yeah.
we might have to, but I wanted to do some other book Olympics.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah, so I want to shout out our tried and true UK F. Smith,
Huh?
holding strong, 8.1%.
Wow.
Australia, they're coming close in second for gold at 6.2. And then our neighbors in Canada, hello, at 5.1.
Wow. Has that always
Mhm.
been the order? I know UK and Australia. Has Canada always been the next one?
I think so.
I think so
I
too.
think so. Yeah.
That sounds familiar.
And then for US, top state is Texas, holding that lead,
Oh, I haven't looked at that.
12.5%, California, 11.6, and Florida still at third.
Dismal third. Oh,
Yes.
okay. I thought Florida was closer before.
No, the problem is that Georgia used to be third.
Georgia's really fallen.
We're falling, and now New York is trying to snatch our crown of fourth
No.
place. I'm like, you don't
Andy,
even
what
want that place.
happened?
I've been put to
You've been,
work.
I know, I was gonna say you've been too busy.
I've been working so hard, feeling like so many jobs. So
Just
I've
no
had no
time
time.
for Bookalytics.
No time to spread the good word.
Oh
But
my God.
speaking of, we did get another review on Spotify.
Oh yeah, share the good word.
Yes.
Okay, and I have something surprising after that I just found. I was looking for.
Oh, what is
But
it?
first no, you have to share your good news first.
Well, that was the news. And then we also got a 5-star review on Apple, which says,
Woohoo.
best book podcast I've found. I agree. It's so fun to listen and always makes my day better.
That
Yay.
made me so happy.
I know. I saw this in Japan. I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh,
I enjoy listening to their games and occasional random story. This podcast has introduced me into so many books that I've never heard of, but are amazing books now sitting on my shelf. From
that's
Book
amazing.
Addicted Gal. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing. If
I
you would
know.
like a
That's
shout
cool.
out, please, please, please rate us on Apple and then rate us on Spotify. If you don't have a Spotify account, find someone who does and then rate us there too. Please and thank
Yeah,
you.
just
All
steal
right.
their phone. That's what I did.
In this economy, yes. Okay. So, Chrissy, what is your good news?
Okay, well, it's just surprising news.
Oh,
So we just did the Book Olympics, but I found out for each individual episode, they have their own Book Olympics. And all of them follow the same Book Olympics, except
oh.
randomly, A Court of Thorn and Roses, Part One. It's crazy. Okay, so everywhere else, our top listeners for each episode is United States, UK, then Australia,
Yep.
all tracks. But in ACOTAR Part 1, Germany is number one, followed by South Africa,
What?
and then trailing in third is the United States. Isn't that crazy? I'm like, what? Where did UK go? Where is
Does it mean
Australia? Where did Germany and South Africa come from?
uh,
Do you want me to share my screen?
I'm just trying to figure this out.
Isn't that wild? I was like, this is so random. Ah,
Wow. That is crazy.
I know. And it's pretty much like even thirds, like 20%
Mm-hmm.
Germany, South Africa, US.
Yeah. Wow. How
I don't know
interesting.
why. I know.
Well,
No
I just
idea.
saw Akatar banned, and I was like, banned? I was like, is it banned in Germany and they're relying on us? I hope
Oh my
not.
gosh. We're gonna get flagged.
But
So
that doesn't seem to be the case.
it's not banned anywhere?
No,
Hmm.
only schools.
Hmm.
And it looks like
Well,
kind of only in the US.
maybe that's why our listenership is so low.
Ah. Okay, well, it is late. We've been working all day. We have a
We
lot to do.
sure have. Yeah, we gotta finish The Alchemist. We gotta turn this thing into gold.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Let's get started.
Okay.
All right. Welcome to Bookalicious. That's my cue.
We've only done it 100 times.
More than 100.
Yeah, we have like 104 episodes. Wow.
Wow. Only 104? We should have celebrated number 100.
Well,
We got to go
I
back
think
to
I was
Bookalytics and
I think I was in Japan.
you're kidding. The 100th episode was me and Josh? That would be wild.
Let me see.
I don't think I believe it.
All right, let's see.
All right,
Apple
pause the
says we have
intro.
103 episodes.
Oh, you're kidding.
So what's the
But
100th
then
episode?
what was what did
Right
we finish
before.
right before Japan?
Was
Little
it TJ?
Prince? No, would it have been the Little Prince?
Was it the Little Prince? I can't remember anymore. Yeah, I think it was the Little Prince.
Yeah, these need to be numbered. Where
Oh,
did
I can just look with the pictures. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Little Prince Part 3 was
and that
episode 100.
seriously?
Seriously.
We had no fanfare or anything.
We'll do it now. Episode
Woohoo!
104. Wow.
We did it.
An extra 4 for good measure.
Yeah, just to make sure we'd continue.
Yes.
Wow. All right. Well, for the 104th time, this is Bookalicious, a podcast where two sisters chat about books we're reading. I'm Chrissy.
And I'm Candace.
And today we are finishing The Alchemist by Paulo.
Paolo.
Paulo. Sing to me,
Yes.
Paulo. Do you know where that
Yes.
movie's from? Or what that line's from?
Sounds familiar, but I can't remember.
Lizzie McGuire movie.
Oh my
Sing to me,
gosh.
Paulo.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, well, and this is an extra special episode because I once again have a summary written out,
Okay.
which, as our dedicated listeners will know, that only happens about 50% of the time. It's okay. Okay, anything before we get started on the summary?
No, let's do it.
Okay. The end.
Chrissy,
Yeah. Told me I
will
was on
you
mute the whole time.
you weren't on mute, but your mic sounds a little echoey. Can you make sure it's on?
Oh, yeah. Says it's on.
Just make sure it's being used. If that's what it is, that's what it is. I feel like normally
No.
you sound a little better.
Yeah, I wasn't using the microphone. Oh, man. It's been like that the whole time. Do you want me to re-say the summary? Such a long summary. I can re-say it.
Okay, no, we're just gonna, I think just, what do you
I
think?
can re-say it. I don't know how bad did it sound.
Now that I hear how good you are, it was kind of bad. I think start over. I was gonna
Okay.
wait until there was a pause, but it never happened. And I was like, I don't want to like throw you off your game if this is just what it is.
No, that is a long summary.
Well, I was waiting for a pause, but just like the book, there are no breaks.
I
It's
know.
one long
One
sentence.
giant. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Part 2, Leading the Crystal Merchant. As Santiago waits for a caravan heading to Egypt, he meets the Englishman, a man who is trying to find the one true language of the universe and is currently studying alchemy to find it. He wants to go to an oasis on the way to the pyramids to meet an alchemist and learn his secrets. They both join the Egyptian caravan and start their journey. While on their camel rides, Santiago has a lot of time to think. He throws out his book because he realizes he can learn more from observing a desert in his camel than from reading. From both the Englishman and the camel driver, Santiago learns a lot of important lessons, such as there's no need to fear the unknown if you can achieve what you need to survive. And when you want something with all your heart, that's when you're closest to the soul of the world. He also tries learning about alchemy from the Englishman, but mostly thinks it just doesn't make sense. However, he does learn that alchemists believe they can heat a metal for many years and it will leave behind the soul of the world, called the masterwork. This will allow them to understand everything on Earth since it's the universal language. As they travel, they get wind that a tribal war is underfoot, so the caravan starts getting a little anxious. Thankfully, they reach the oasis, which is a war-neutral zone, and they're safe there. The Englishman and Santiago start looking for the alchemist, but he's a bit elusive, so they start asking around. Santiago asks a woman getting water if she knows the alchemist, and when he sees her face, he falls instantly in love. This woman's name is Fatima, and Santiago goes back to the
Oh,
water
time
the
out.
next day. Yeah.
Since we're redoing this, I think it's pronounced Fatima.
Fatima?
Yeah.
Okay, Fatima. I'll
Yeah.
say Fatima.
Since we're getting a second shot.
Okay, we'll call her Fatima. I like
Yeah.
it. That sounds good. Okay, this woman's name is Fatima, and Santiago goes back to the water the next day to tell her, guess what? He wants to marry her. Wow.
Oh my
She goes,
God.
I know.
This
Wow.
man.
I tell
This is
everybody.
the second woman he's
I
seen.
know. Literally. Immediately wants to marry them. Okay. She goes, wow, kind of fast, but also she kind of likes him. But also, she tells him that he needs to finish his personal journey in the desert and then come back for her. So now that Santiago is ready to get married and settle down, he's unsure whether he should continue his journey. While pacing the desert at night, he sees two hawks flying in the sky and gets a vision of an invading army attacking the oasis. He tells the chieftains, who say, okay, sure, we'll prepare for an invasion, but if you're wrong, we gotta kill you. Santiago is like, wow, kind of harsh, but he's still glad that he shared his vision anyway. On his way back to his tent, he meets the alchemist. The alchemist interrogates Santiago, and after Santiago passes the test, the alchemist says, I had to test your courage, the quality most essential to understanding the language of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, the oasis gets invaded the next day, and everyone is prepared, so the oasis is safe and Santiago doesn't have to die. In return, the chieftains offer Santiago a job as counselor. Santiago considers it, because then he could be with Fatima, but the alchemist says, you'll regret this decision the rest of your life, and you need to pursue your treasure. He says, where your heart is, there your treasure is too. So before Santiago leaves to find his treasure, he meets with Fatima and they embrace. They both love each other, and Fatima is glad he's following his dream and will be there when he returns. End of part one of part two.
Fatima is very accommodating. To Santiago rolling in, proposing to her, and then rolling right back out.
I know. I mean, I kind of appreciated Fatima. Fatima.
Yeah,
Fatima. Yeah.
Fatima.
Because she's like, you know what? You need to follow your dream. You need to do the thing that you're supposed to do, and I'll still be here.
Mm-hmm.
I know. But like we were saying last time, maybe she could have gone with him. But maybe she didn't want to. That's okay too.
Yeah, so what there I feel like we're getting introduced to like a lot of philosophy or maybe magic or some like big concepts, but I have a hard time pinning them down what they mean exactly.
Yeah, there's a lot
An
of things here.
example, like the
Soul of the
universal
world.
language.
Mm. I don't know. So, yeah, so I don't know. So he talks about how there's one hand that made it all. So like everything's kind of connected. And there's things of like Santiago watching the stars or watching the sand, and it like tells him things. And I think there's something there about like, I don't know, watching the world around you, or like
Hmm.
kind of just like listening and being still and realizing things. I don't know. I mean, I guess you can think of like meditation,
Yeah.
like even
I
just being quiet.
Right. I don't necessarily disagree. I I kind of can see like a lot of what he's saying in the sense of my big takeaway from this book is that it sounds like there's a little bit of like God in everything. Like the universal language, all the things like tell you, you talk to the this, you talk to the that, you look at the signs, you're reading the tea leaves, everything kind of has a little bit of this like magic energy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or everything points you back to like the source of the energy.
Well, I don't know if it's pointing you to the source per se, how he's describing it, because doesn't Santiago go around and like read the the sand or whatever, is that pointing to the source, or is the sand
Hmm.
generating a sign?
Well, I guess it's all connected to the source.
Yeah,
I guess maybe that's it. And I guess he
I could
finds
see
that out when
that.
he's turning into the wind. Oh, we haven't gotten to there.
Yeah, we
That's the
haven't
next
gotten there
part.
yet.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
But yeah, okay. So he talks about the universal language, soul of the world, which it kind of sounds like pretty similar.
So the example that he used for the universal language, I don't think I have it handy,
Oh,
but
I might.
basically it was like tension in the air. And I wrote like, is universal language vibes? Question mark. But then you, but like, when you can just feel energy
Yeah.
and everybody knows it, and it's like, even if
Mm-hmm.
like your brain is just picking up on like the small signals and you can't verbalize it, but you feel it and you know it.
Right.
That's what I was taking as the universal language, maybe.
Yeah. See, like he's describing these things, and part of me is like, sounds made up. Then part of me is like, oh, but I feel like I've kind of experienced that before too.
Hmm.
Where like sometimes you just kind of feel like you know something. It's like, how do you
Yes.
explain that? I don't know.
Yes.
Universal language, you're tapping in.
What did you think about this part of the book?
Um, I remember overall liking it. I think it did start to feel kind of repetitive towards the
Yeah.
end, where I was like, okay, I'm ready for it to be done now.
Hmm.
Um, Especially with like all the life lessons and philosophies. Like he definitely did start repeating himself. But I will say there's a lot of things that I highlighted where I'm like, there's a lot of lines where I'm like, wow, that's a really beautiful way to describe that. Or like, oh, that's a great way to think about things. So
Yes.
I wasn't complaining.
There's a lot of like really good lines like that.
Yeah.
But I think you do kind of become nose blind to it as you keep
Yeah.
going. Because at first you're like, wow, wow, so beautiful. Oh my God. And then by like page 100, you're like, okay, get to the point.
I already know how beautiful the world is.
Right,
Don't need to tell me.
exactly. Exactly.
I know a lot of good like pillowcase lines or like picture
Live,
frame.
laugh, love. Us.
Candy, that's all over the Reddit reviews. Not to
Live,
jump to
laugh,
our
love.
game. Yeah, they're like this whole book could have been summarized as live, laugh, love.
Honestly, yes. So, Christy and I were talking off pod. When I first read this book, I was in a time of not knowing my personal legend. And so,
Mm.
reading this book, it was like, wow, oh my God, I need to read. Like, this is so good. I love it. Feeling like, okay, a little more settled, a little bit more secure in my personal legend. I'm like, so I think it really depends on like where you're at.
Mm. Yeah. So say more. Did it remind you though of your journey to discovering your personal legend where you're like, yeah, it was kind of like that.
What I really loved about this book, and we talked about it in the first part, is the idea that you're never stuck in your situations,
Mm. Hmm.
that you always have choices and agency. And I think when you're in a place where you're really unhappy, it can a lot of times be because you feel like you're stuck in a situation you don't like
Yeah. And you can't change.
and you can't change. And I think that's something that I took from this book and is, very much part of who I am today is that you can, for most things, change your circumstances. Very
Yeah.
rarely are you truly, truly, truly stuck.
Right. Do you think you got that from this book? Like, do you actually remember reading it and being like, oh, that's
Yes.
really, that's pretty
Yes.
amazing.
Well, because I read it when I was at like a very like low point, and then you read this
Mm.
book and it's very inspirational and it really you're like, wow, 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 wow. Okay. Now that I'm rereading it, I'm not getting that again.
Mm.
I
Not
already
even filled
have
with
that.
nostalgia.
No,
Interesting.
I don't think so.
So are you thinking this book maybe has less rereadability than like the Little Prince? It's like this book is really great for certain people at certain times in their life, But if you're outside of that window, you missed it.
I kind of feel like that. What do you think?
I could see that. Well, I think I'll need to read this again in like 20 years or something. Because I,
Well, are you finding it super inspirational right now? Maybe it's too late for you.
I, I know my youth is already
Yeah.
fleeting before my eyes.
Well, you already
Um,
found your personal legend, you
well, do you
know?
think you found your personal legend?
Um,
That
I
seems
think
like
in
a big moment of your life.
Well, I mean, personal legend in the sense that, like, when I was reading this, I was deeply unhappy in my career and I felt like I didn't have any options. And how am I going to make money? And if I can't make money, how am I going to live? And feeling like
Yeah.
all I do is work this crummy job and
Hmm.
my life is terrible. To now where I still complain about my job. I can always complain, but I have like a really good job and I have like a career that I really like and I enjoy the work that I do and I enjoy the people I work with and
Yeah.
me and Andrew are a lot more settled and you know,
And you feel like you can also, if you're not happy with your work,
I
you
can
have the
change
ability
it.
to change it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. I wonder because okay, so this is my third time reading the book. The first time was in high school. I didn't actually read it in high school, so that actually doesn't really count. I have no memory of it.
Spark noted it.
Yeah, pretty much. And then the second time was after I finished undergrad, like a year or two after or something.
Mhm.
And I remember liking it, but I literally remember nothing of it
Yeah.
again. But I remember
Yeah.
liking it. And then I read it again this last time, and I also liked it. And there's a lot of lines where I was like, "Oh, that's really good." I don't think I feel like inspired. Like I don't think it was a life-changing book. Maybe because maybe a lot of the things I'm like already was on board with kind of thing. Like it wasn't super
Yeah.
new information, but it wasn't off-putting to me. But it might be because I'm still kind of in flux of like, what am I
Oh.
gonna do? Still don't know. I could do anything.
Yeah,
So that could be part of it.
I could see that. I think what gives me some like ugh is that sometimes there's like lines that are like profound and you read them and they sound nice, but then you think about them and you're like, what is he
Mm,
really saying?
the Book of Homely Truths.
I was just thinking that. And if y'all don't know what we're talking about, Princesses of Baymar,
Mm-hmm. Great
part
book.
one and two. Yeah.
Very rereadable.
Yes, it feels like that to me.
Yeah, no, I could definitely see that. Do you have any lines in particular? Like I know there's a lot of instances of that.
Like the Englishman has a revolver with him, and Santiago says, "Why a revolver?" And he said, "It helped me to trust in people." And it's like you read that and you're like, that sounds good. But then you think about it and you're like, why does having a gun help you trust people? But maybe I don't know, like maybe he thinks because he has like power over people. There's
I
just
think
like
that
things
he
like
feels protected.
feels
Yeah.
protected.
I have that one too.
Just
Another
like,
one
okay.
right before that is maybe God created the desert so that man could appreciate the date trees, which out of context sounds like a John Green line. But also, I'm like, but I do like that idea where it's like, you gotta go through the rainy times to appreciate the sunshine.
Yeah, I mean, there were some that were really good. Like this one. Because I don't live in either my past or future, and I'm interested only in the present, if you can concentrate always on the present, you'll be a happy man. And that was a
Mm.
long way to say that, and this is like something you learn in like therapy if you have anxiety. If you do, they call it time traveling, where you
Oh,
think,
yeah.
what am I going to do in 5 years, 10 years? And you just start spinning on that and you're not like focused on the present. It can make you feel really bad about your
Yeah.
situation. It's like really important to stay grounded in the present of what's real and not let your mind just make things up.
That's a good one. All the
So I
therapy
thought,
you need is found in The Alchemist. I'm kidding.
yeah, so there was just, and I didn't even like underline them because it's just kind of like riddled with it, but it just feels like there's things where you read it and you're like, it sounds good, but then you think about it and you're like, what's really happening right now.
Yeah, no, I definitely get that.
Yeah.
Although although I'm looking through these, I'm like, oh, there's still a lot of good lines in here. Um, like the camel driver, he said, once you get into the desert, there's no going back. And when you can't go back, you have to worry only about the best way of moving forward. The rest is up to Allah, including the danger. It's like he took all the little kid books, like Little Engine That Could,
It
Going on a bear hunt,
I don't want to
and
sit
he
here
made
and
it into a
complain because
story.
they're good. It's just way too many. This book is not
Yeah.
very long and it could still be 30 pages shorter.
Yeah, and he just kind of keeps circling the same ideas. It felt like.
Yes.
So I agree with that.
So did we talk about how the Englishman found the alchemist and then the alchemist was
Oh,
like,
he
figure it out
left him on
yourself?
red. Yeah, got dumped.
Yeah. And then the Englishman just like started doing it on his own.
Yeah. Okay, so what happened was the alchemist had been reading all of his textbooks on what alchemy is, and he said, I need to learn everything there is to know. He finally meets the alchemist. The alchemist is like, and he's like, can you help me? Can you teach me the secrets? And the alchemist says, first you must try, or something. And the Englishman guy, he's like, oh my gosh, you're right. And so then he starts trying alchemy.
Yeah.
And the alchemist in Santiago, or the alchemist is telling Santiago, he's like, I think what the Englishman lacked was courage. So he was
Hmm.
afraid of failure. So the alchemist helped him overcome that fear. And he's like, now he's on his way to becoming an alchemist.
Which I like that. I do like that, I guess. But is he ever going to become an alchemist? It sounds like he's not going to complete that.
I have no I don't even know how this works.
Well, like
Apparently it's
everything,
real because the alchemist did stuff.
the alchemist actually did it, and then they wrote the instructions on an emerald stone, but the instructions don't actually tell you like how to do it.
They're in code or something.
Yeah,
Or
but
no,
once
it's
like
simple. Yeah.
it, yeah.
I know. Well, okay, so what did you think of that idea though? Where it's like the emerald stone thing, it's like alchemy is so simple it could just be written on the face of a stone. But then all these people have complicated it so much and they've written textbooks trying to unravel the things on the stone. But it sounds like the alchemist, he would say, listen to the desert, become one with the world, and then you'll know the universal language.
I mean, I guess like if that's the advice, if you decode the stone and it says, you're like, how can I turn lead into gold? And it says, listen to the desert. I would be like, what? No. Like
Like,
maybe
no
I would
way.
try it. Yeah, I'd like try it for a day and then I'd be like, okay, this isn't working. Like it must mean something else.
Yeah,
Like if those are the instructions, I mean, I think I would
I
fall
too would
victim to
have my
that.
doubts.
Right?
I think that's reasonable.
But I think the issue is that no one could know what it said, so they were trying to decode it. But
Yeah, maybe that
maybe
was it.
maybe what he's saying is that it actually isn't that hard to decode at all. And, you know?
Yeah, I think that's kind of what he's getting at. And it's like, and when you're thinking about, like what should I do in my life? It's like maybe it's kind of like that too, because it's like you could go to all of these different like career advisors and do all these things, and those might be good things, but also it's like, but have you actually spent time just like sitting with yourself and your own thoughts
Mhm.
and really thinking about like what do you like? What are you good at? But have you done some soul searching? Because maybe that's what you
Mhm.
need.
Yeah, I kind of took the alchemist's journey, not the alchemist, the Englishman's journey as the person, like you said, who does like all the research. They ask all the people, they gather all the information, but they never do anything with it.
Yeah.
And they just sit on it. And they
Mm.
like they call it a paralysis by analysis type
Oh
of thing,
yeah.
where you're just gathering, 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 you never do anything, and then you miss the opportunity entirely.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Because who else did we talk about other like examples of adults? that we saw in
Well,
the
there was
first
the
part.
glassman. So the glassman never
Mm,
wanted to realize his dream because then I think he said because then he wouldn't have anything else to dream about.
yeah, something like that.
So I guess if we're thinking of like archetypes, maybe this is like maybe I like it better. So Santiago's going through his journey, and then these people are showing up, and they're representative of people who didn't complete their dreams for one reason or another.
Mm-hmm.
The
Or
first
haven't
one is
yet.
or haven't yet. So the first one's the glassman, and he won't because he's scared of what will happen if he doesn't have a dream.
Yeah.
Then is the next one the Englishman?
Did the baker have something or no? The very beginning?
Remember?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember him. But then we have the Englishman. We just talked about him. Is there? Oh, and then I guess there's a guy in the next one, the commander,
Okay. Yeah.
maybe.
Um, there's Fatima, who supports other people's dreams. And maybe she's following her own. We don't know about
Does
her.
she not? Okay, so that was one thing where you will find this out in the second part. But Fatima's personal journey is Santiago, I guess. And I was like, that kind of sucks.
Well, okay, but what we were saying in the last one was what if Santiago's personal journey was this with the merchant's daughter or whoever? Like, why wasn't that a good enough dream? And now we're kind of saying the flip side of that. We're like, she should have a better dream than Santiago.
I guess it's like if both of your dreams are each other, then that feels good. If her dream is Santiago and Santiago's dream is getting a bucket of treasure, I guess that's why it feels different.
You know what? She's getting the treasure too by marrying him. She is getting both. It's a beautiful thing about love. You
I
enjoy
guess
both
that's
of the
true.
dreams.
I guess that's true. All right. All right.
Fatima knows exactly what she's doing.
Yeah. She's like, all right, you're going to go get me a bucket of treasure. She's actually a seer.
Yeah. She knows what's going to happen. But it seems like their dreams are each other because he doesn't really care about the treasure anymore. He just wants to be with Fatima.
But the alchemist says if you stay here with Fatima, you're going to like wither and die, basically.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you think that would be true for him?
Um, I think I could see that being true in certain circumstances where it's like you could always like what's the word? Ruminate or
Yeah.
what's regret, like
Fantasize,
hold in
dream.
contempt. That's the word I'm
Oh,
going for.
you're thinking of like,
I just had it. I thought it started with an R.
I'm thinking like blame them. That's not the word.
But yeah,
Resentment.
basically resent. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I could see him being like, "Oh, yeah, we did it. Record time." But I could see like if you if you have this huge dream and then you're like, "You know what? You're my new dream." I think that's two things. One, it could lead you to resent that person because you're like, well, I chose you over my dream and you're not living up to my expectations. But
Hmm.
also, it's like those are unrealistic expectations for anyone. So, like, you can't replace
That's
a person with your life's purpose.
Well, isn't that what your personal legend is? And we're saying Fatima's whole life is hinged on Santiago? Like, can your
Hmm.
personal legend be another person? Is that realistic?
Hmm.
Is that good?
Well, okay, we don't know what Fatima's personal legend is. She could have her whole adventure in the Oasis. And we have no idea about it.
I guess that's true.
But because she could be doing something while Santiago's doing something, they both come back together.
Yeah,
But okay, could your personal legend be someone else?
I don't think
Um,
so.
okay, why not?
Because just like what you said, is like people make mistakes. People are not perfect. If my dream is to be with this person, They're gonna let me down. They're
But
not gonna ever live up to it.
what if the treasure isn't as good as you thought? Couldn't your personal legend also let you down?
Well, I guess I'm thinking if it's my personal legend,
It's enough.
yeah, I mean maybe you're right. I guess I'm thinking like if I'm disappointed in the treasure, then I'm disappointed in that. If it's a person,
Feels
now
unfair.
it feels like unfair. Like how can
Yeah.
you fulfill my dreams? That's
Hmm.
unrealistic.
Well, okay. So the personal legend thing, it's like living your life according to its purpose, right? Like everyone has their own purpose and you're living it
Yeah.
out. Isn't that kind of the thing? So I could see if it's with a person, it's like maybe you guys have a purpose together or you have a purpose as their partner. And so
Okay.
like you fulfilling that purpose, whatever that is, it's not the person really, but somehow the person's connected to the purpose.
Okay. I could see that.
I
I
could
could
see
see
that.
that. Hmm.
You get on board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think about Santiago suddenly being able to like read the tea leaves and predict things? Because now he
Listen to
is
the desert.
one. Yeah.
He learned a lot on that camel ride. Santiago is like a little genius over there.
I do think there is something to it of people who are very like observant and astute. And I
Mm-hmm.
don't know that you could like sit there and like quote unquote just like listen to the desert and figure it out. But I think because what was the thing that tipped him off? Was it the hawks
The hawks.
flying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's like he's observing, he's seeing what the animals are doing, and he's like, "Oh, they're running. This is not good." Like with the tsunami, I think it's like the animals run first.
Oh yeah. Well, this one I
Be
think he got an actual vision too.
Oh, yeah.
But I think
Well,
it was
that will help
both.
you too.
He got a written note. Invaders are coming.
That'd make
The
it
good thing
really
I listened to
clear.
the desert. Yeah. I read the signs.
Yeah, I was just thinking like there is something to that of like being very observant. If you're like watching, your brain will pick up on patterns and stuff. So you might be able to come up with things that feel like magic to other people, but it's really
Yeah. You're just listening.
you're just listening.
Yeah. I mean, I really do think there is something to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like not being so busy that you're missing out on all these things. Like
Yes.
that was a big thing with the camel ride. The Englishman kept reading his books, which and Santiago was listening to the desert, and Santiago learned a lot more. And you know what that
Hmm.
reminded me of?
Being on my phone all the time.
Oh, well, it is like that, but no, from another book,
Oh my God. I'm drawing a blank.
from The Little Prince. Choo
Oh,
choo.
oh my God, the train.
Yeah, all the people on the train. Do you remember what he said about that? Because I think about it all the time now, because I ride trains every day.
Oh my God. The adults are just like looking for like what's next, and the children are the ones looking out the window to see what is.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's a good way to say it. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, kids know exactly what they're looking for. It's right there.
Hmm.
It's right in front of them. And so, yeah, so that reminded me of the camel ride. And yes, I think about that on the train all the time. I'm like, I need to
So what
look
do you
out the
do?
window. I need to look out the window.
What
I
have
don't
you
only look
seen?
out the window.
What did the Miami trees tell you?
There's better and worse parts of Miami. I also do other things, but I do think about that.
Like when I'm on, like when I was in Japan, this is something I think about all the time. Like I've never been someone who like likes to take a lot of pictures because I feel like you're not in the moment and you're
Oh,
missing
yeah.
it.
Uh-huh.
But now there's a balance because now I have no photos.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of finding that balance. But I do always think about that, like when I'm on trips and stuff and I'm like on a train and all I want to do because I'm so tired is just play my crossword puzzle or play my Switch
Oh,
and I'm
yeah.
not really taking in what there is to see. I'm just kind of going into my own little world.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's hard to do. Also, it's so easy to do now,
I know.
you know?
Distractions
Yeah.
at every turn.
But you know what? I've noticed that too, even if I'm not on my phone, I've just gotten into the routine of like going into my own little world. Like I'm just like lost in my thoughts or whatever, which isn't a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, but then you're still missing out on what's in front of you. So even if you're not on your
Yes.
phone, you can still miss out.
Yes.
So it's hard. It's hard not to. Hard to stay focused.
I agree. Okay. Are you ready to take us to the end?
Oh yeah, we can do that.
All right, let's do it.
Okie dokie. So he's leaving Fatima, and she's glad that he's following his dream and she'll be there when he returns. Okay, so Santiago and the alchemist both head out of the desert and start towards the pyramids. On the way, Santiago learns to listen to his heart and learn how it speaks. They soon meet danger, however, and are taken by armed warriors who think they're spies. The alchemist says, "No, we're just travelers, and my friend here is an alchemist, and he would love to show you his tricks. He can turn into the wind. In fact, I'll bet both of our lives that he can turn into the wind in 3 days, and if you can't, you can kill us both." It's how
Why
crazy.
not?
Why not? I have nothing to lose. Santiago is like, "What? I have no idea how to turn into the wind." And the alchemist says, "The only thing that makes a dream impossible is the fear of failure."
Oh
And
God.
Santiago, it's the only thing holding you back from the wind. Santiago's like, "Okay." And apparently it works. Santiago turns into the wind. He did this by talking with the wind, the sun, and ultimately the hand that wrote it all. He finds that the soul of the world is a part of the soul of God, and the soul of God was his own soul. So he, a boy, could perform miracles. He turns into the wind, everyone is very impressed, and Santiago and the alchemist get to leave with their lives. They then stop at a Coptic Christian monastery where the alchemist cooks up some gold that he splits between Santiago, the monastery, and himself. He then leaves Santiago for the last part of the journey since he's close to the pyramids. On this journey, Santiago tries listening to his heart to learn where his treasure is, and his heart tells him it's in the place where he's brought to tears. That's where his heart is, and that's where his treasure is. After much traveling, Santiago finally sees the pyramids, and he starts weeping. He then starts digging, because his treasure must be there. However, some thieves sneak up on him and steal Santiago's gold and demand to know what he's digging for. They beat him up until Santiago confesses that he's had a recurring dream about finding treasure by the pyramids, and one of the thieves says, "Ha, you schmuck. I had a dream about finding treasure in an abandoned church in Spain where a sycamore grew in the sacristy and where shepherds took their sheep to rest." And Santiago says, "Aha." So, in the epilogue, Santiago seems to magically transport back to the church where all this started, and he finds his treasure. He plans on visiting the gypsy to give her her cut and then returning back to Fatima. The end. Is that it?
Okay, that's it. So my first line was actually from the last section, so whoopsie dipsies.
Yeah, it's okay.
So when the alchemist was like, if you stay with Fatima, your life is gonna stink, basically. Remember, we
Mm-hmm.
kind of already talked about it, but my note, he said, you'll spend the rest of your days knowing that you didn't pursue your personal legend and that now it's too late. And then I wrote, isn't that the big lie that it's too late?
Oh, what was the big lie? That,
That's what I thought it was, is that it's too late to fulfill your dream.
how is that you can't do it? What was it?
It was that you believe you can't do it, but like you can always
Oh,
do
oh,
it.
no. Here it is. The
Okay.
biggest lie is this, that is at a certain point in our lives, we lose control of what's happening to us, and our lives become controlled by fate. That's the world's greatest lie. So I
That
guess it is
means you
kind of
can,
like you can't do it.
but so the
But isn't,
lie says you can't do it. The truth is you can do it.
well, okay, but what the alchemist is saying is that, from what it sounds like, is that for Santiago, there's this window where he can actually do his personal legend. And if he
Hmm.
doesn't do it, even if he tries, it's not that fate is, he missed it. Like the treasure's gone,
Yeah.
maybe. Versus Santiago saying, like, uh, fate has led me somewhere else. Like, even if I can't even try. Maybe that's what it is.
Okay.
Maybe
Yeah.
this
Okay.
personal legend has a timestamp. I don't know.
Okay.
But I get what you're saying.
That's kind of what I mean with like some of the stuff where you're kind of like, okay, this sounds a little circular, but it sounds circular to me because I feel like some of the things that he's saying are not concrete. They're not clear. It's hard to
Mm.
know. Is this we can barely even get our heads around what the big lie is, let
Yeah,
alone if it's
that's
being
true.
contradicted, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, so it's a little too in the clouds philosophical.
I think for me, a little bit on this read.
Yeah, I kind of get that.
Okay, what were some of your takeaways?
Man, let's see. Honestly, kind of a lot of same. I'm looking through my things and I'm like, wow, I highlighted so many lines, and honestly, they're all really great lines, which I like. We talked about in the last episode how this read, I was like, wow, there's so many religious imagery things here.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and one of the big things that I noticed this time is that he says, what is he says? Your treasure is where your heart is, or something,
Mm-hmm.
something like that. And there's a Bible verse that says, where your heart lies, there your treasure will be also.
I was like, home is where the heart is.
Yeah. Luke 1, 2. And I was like, whoa, that's wild. I didn't connect that. And actually, one of the things that I saw on the Reddit reviews when I was reading it was that they felt like this book brought together a lot of different philosophies and religion and stuff and
Mm-hmm.
was like drawing them all together and saying like they're all pointing to the same thing.
Yeah.
I thought that was really interesting.
I think that is really interesting, and I would agree with that. And that's kind of, I think, what we talked about a little bit in the earlier section of there's like there's like power in everything from the sand to the this to the that. That's very like Shinto type of religion. And then you see a lot of like the Christian layering, and there's a lot of like Buddhist layering
Yeah.
and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And one thing with that too, which we didn't talk about with the Crystal Merchant, but was also kind of like this is kind of strange. And I thought maybe this is where some of the poor reviews came from, but I don't think so. Um, but when he first gets to, I forget what it's called, but where the Crystal Merchant is, like when he first gets to that land, he's like, oh, all these strange people. And like he just has all these things to say. Yeah, where
Oh,
I was like, this doesn't sound, I don't love the way this sounds. Or he was like basically just calling all these people who are different from him like strange and like, what are they doing? And they're weird.
yeah.
But then he ends up learning so much from them because that's who he ends up traveling with for the rest of the
Hmm.
journey. And so anyways, I really liked seeing both of those things come together and seeing like Santiago had his mind opened and
That's true.
listening.
I didn't even think about that because you're right. Because then
Yeah.
he goes to the Oasis and it's like it's nothing. And now he speaks better, I think is it Arabic
Oh,
than like the
yeah.
Englishmen.
Right. Yeah. So I was like, I like that.
Yeah.
Nice character development.
One line that I did like is they were talking about why people don't follow their personal legends, and it says,
Ooh.
most people see the world as a threatening place, and because they do, the world turns out to be a threatening place. And
Oh.
so basically, like you create your own monsters sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
You believe it and it becomes true.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like a lot. Oh, sorry. It seems like a lot of this book is like mind over matter. Like fate doesn't control you. You can change
Hmm.
your circumstances. Nothing to be scared of except what except fear itself.
Do you think Santiago died when
At
he
which
turned to the
part?
wind?
Oh my gosh, she could have died at any of these moments. This could have all been a fever dream. Probably when that guy stole his money, he also killed him in the very beginning. I don't know. All of this feels kind of like heavenly, otherworldly.
Yeah.
I don't think so. But this book did get increasingly. absurd.
I know. He like flies down to the camp from like the top, and I was like, he's dead, dead.
What did you think of that whole sequence? He had to listen to the wind and then to the sun and then to Hand of God or the hand that wrote it all.
It's nice. It would be better as a movie, a visual sequence
Oh yeah.
than a reading sequence. And I think this book suffers greatly from run-on sentences
Mm.
and no chapters.
Yes. Little breaks would have been nice.
Yeah, because I feel like that's why it feels so long, even though it's quite short.
I know. I'm shocked.
Yeah.
150 pages. That's crazy. Man.
What did you
I
think about?
Mhm.
Oh, go for it.
No. I was gonna say something else. Ask your
I was
question.
too. No, you asked yours.
Okay. All right. Well, it wasn't really a question, but I was looking through my notes and I see all these lines that I highlighted about him listening to his heart and learning from it. And his heart's like, sometimes I complain and whatever. He just learns to listen to it. And I was like, I do like that progression too of like, first Santiago had to like listen to the people next to him. And then he had to listen to like the wind and the desert. And like it kind of increasingly became like maybe abstract to where at the end he had to listen to
Mm,
his heart, which is like maybe the hardest one of all. Like, what are you yourself saying? You know, and like, what are you truthfully saying and not trying to like talk over it or something?
hmm Do you think you should always listen to your heart?
Um, I think it's good to be in tune with your heart.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like I don't think you should just like follow your gut feeling or like follow emotions to make decisions, if that's what we mean by
Yeah.
heart, you know?
Yeah, I like what you said about like being in tune, like knowing like this is how I'm feeling about this situation. This is like where I'm at.
Yeah.
That's very much feels like stoicism, being a stoic.
About not following your heart or listening to your
About
heart.
like trying no, about like trying to listen to your emotions and be like really in tune, right? And just kind of like maybe that's not stoicism.
That might be the because I think stoicism might be like okay, stoicism says control your reactions, but control your reactions, not external events. Yeah, sounds like focus on what you can control. Okay. I
That's
for
kind
some
of
reason I felt like stoicism was like no emotion.
well, I think it manifests itself as no emotion because it's like, oh, you got beat up. And he said, okay, all right. Like, I'm
Mm,
not going to let these external environment
okay.
things impact what's going on with me. I'm like very in tune with myself and like these horrible things happen. And you say, okay, all right,
Okay.
keep it moving. So that it can manifest itself as being very like flat,
I
probably.
see. I see. Okay, then yeah. Yeah. Okay, so you're saying be in tune with your heart, kind of like stoicism, like know what's happening, but don't be driven by it.
Yeah, I guess that's where I was like taking it, but I don't know if that's
Okay.
where the book was going.
I feel like that makes sense of where the book was going.
Because it's like if
Although
you
he seems to follow it pretty seems to be the driver of his whole journey.
but it's like if you think about it, it's like he gets beat up and he's like, wow, that sucks. All right. Then he's like, well, I'm going to go back to the guy that the alchemist left the extra gold piece for me. I'm going to go get that. Then I'm going to go do this and I'm going to go do that. And he seems like pretty level headed, even though like he's
Hmm.
been mugged and robbed at least 3 times now.
You know, he never like oh no, maybe he did cry in the beginning. But yeah, he's just like, all right, just another part of the adventure.
Right. Like the
You're like,
first time he was like
what?
really down on himself and he was like ashamed and this and that. And then it happens like the third time. He's like, okay.
This is just what life is like.
What did you think about the treasure being at the starting place?
I was like, you're kidding. Literally, my last three notes is that's where he started. Does he have to go all the way back? I said, please no. And then we can't do this journey in reverse. And then my next note is, how did he get there so fast? He just transports.
He listened to the wind,
He
transported
just,
him.
yeah, he just carried it over. Yeah. Um, I don't know. I like that. I mean, okay, so a lot of people are saying like basically it's just it's it's where you are. Like treasure is where you already are. Don't need to go looking for it. It's there the whole time.
Well, what I thought was weird is because then he like talks to God and he's like, "Oh my God, it was here where I thought it was," like you said. But God says, "Well, if I didn't put you on this journey, you wouldn't have seen the pyramids." I'm like, "What about Fatima?" He didn't even
Yeah.
seem that interested in the pyramids by the end of it. He was
I
over
guess.
that.
True.
He could
But
have
I
said,
guess
oh, I was just gonna say, he could have said, if you didn't go on this journey, you wouldn't have met Fatima.
I agree. Fatima does seem like the thing Santiago loved most about this whole journey,
Yeah,
which is great. But I guess maybe the pyramids were kind of like the ending point. Like Fatima was like the penultimate thing, but
yeah,
the pyramids were like the final thing.
yeah,
Maybe that's what he's getting at. I agree though. That is, I'm like, yeah, the pyramids seem pretty lackluster. And he did start crying, but he didn't really dwell
yeah.
on them too much.
I know. He was there for like a minute. He got
I
beat up. He started
know.
digging and then he left.
He probably never wants to go back to the pyramids ever again.
I kind of, what do you think if he didn't meet Fatima? They cut out that whole dream sequence. And instead, he shows back up home and then he gets his treasure and then he meets the other girl that he
The
first fell in love
merchant's
with.
daughter.
Yeah.
I know. We don't know anything about her. She
Do
could
you
have been
think
great.
do you think that would have been a better ending or worse ending?
Hmm. Well, okay. So some great things about Fatima is that okay, actually there's this line that I saw where it's like, "Ooh, that's a good line." Um and it's Santiago thinking about Fatima and thinking about love, and he said he thinks he tried to deal with the concept of love as distinct from possession, and he couldn't separate them. But
Mm-hmm.
Fatima was a woman of the desert, and if anything could help him to understand, it was the desert. And so I feel like Fatima is teaching him all these things about love of like, you don't possess this person who you love. Like you can let them go and they can come back to you. Like you can have your, personal legends and like support each other in that way. And like I feel like she's teaching him a lot about love. And
Mm-hmm.
maybe the merchant's daughter could have done that too. We just don't
Well,
know
now that
anything about her.
now that you're saying it, his relationship with the merchant's daughter was very like strange. And we even said it was kind of toxic, how he wanted to lie to her to like make
Yes,
himself seem
impress
more
her.
like, yeah, more fancy. And he was like, she's gonna forget about me. So he's feeling like he has to like puff his chest up to,
Yeah,
you know.
right.
So I guess if we're thinking about the journey, part of his journey is like moving away from that kind of naive, childish type
Mm.
of love to more of like a respect.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you think about the love at first sight thing, though? Because I was like, what?
I'm that to me is crazy. I'm like, we've met like three women in this book. Two of
I
them have been like
know.
old hags, and the other two have been young women. And he's fallen in love with the young women each time,
Both times.
saying they're the
After
love
a
of his
day.
life. Yeah.
Yes. Ready to propose on their second meeting.
Oh my God. Give up his personal legend and everything.
I know. Oh my
Um,
gosh.
it it feels like now that we're talking about the rest of the book, the love at first sight feels so counter to the stoicism and the, being
Hmm.
even and like, being in tune with yourself, but not like reacting to like stimuli. And him seeing a hot girl and then being like, let's get married feels the opposite, but
Still working on that part.
he's still working on that part.
He didn't have as much practice. As we said, there's only like three women in the whole book.
Oh my God. Ah. All right, so I'm getting a little tired.
Yeah, I feel like we've talked about a lot of the things.
I think I think we're pretty good. If you have any more closing comments, and then we can go to read it like Reddit.
Yeah, we have all of our games. Closing comments. I don't know. I feel like it's all been said. I liked it. A little repetitive.
Hmm.
Would you read it again? Or do you think the ship has sailed?
If I find myself in dire need of the philosophy once again, maybe I will read. Um, but until then, I think no. What about you?
Gotten your fill. I'm not opposed to reading it again, but I don't feel any like it's not like, oh, this should be a book I read every year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm like, okay,
It's not your John Green book.
nothing could be. Okay, are
Okay,
we ready to rate the book?
let's rate it.
Okie dokie. Let me pull up our score sheet. Okay, message slash theme.
Um, I think they're really good. 5.
Wow. Yeah, I think, hmm,
It was
between
overdone
it was
to me,
overdone.
but
I think that's a different category, though. I think that's
that's what
a
I think.
miscellaneous category. But some of, I don't know, were there things where we were like follow your heart? I feel like it was pretty balanced, though. I don't think it was. I thought his advice was pretty good.
I think I'm taking the parts that I like and I'm like, yep, that's the message. And then the parts that I thought were corny, I was like, that's the overdone part. Now,
Ha
maybe
ha
that's
ha
me
ha ha.
being, picky, choosy, only picking the
Yeah.
things I like, but that's kind of how I feel about it, I guess.
All right, I'll do 5 too.
Okay.
Okay, writing style.
3.
Oh, what are you docking for?
Run on sentences and no chapters.
Yeah, the no chapters thing, that does make it feel really long. But I was always engaged. Well, since we were reading it for the book club, I finished it really quickly and was into it. Maybe wouldn't have been the case without it, but so I'll go 4.5. I enjoyed it.
All right. I felt
All
like
right.
I was like, to me, it felt like broccoli. I felt like I had to sit down and be like,
Ha
okay, I
ha
just
ha
need to
ha.
power through this. I can do it in an hour, you know?
Yeah, I mean that's true. There was no plot pulling me back.
Yeah.
That's true. Okay, character depth, if it applies. I think it could apply.
Yeah, I think I would give a 4.
What more depth would you want?
Maybe I'm just thinking I wasn't like connected to them, to the characters.
Mm, we could include that in here.
Like,
Yeah, you didn't
like you
identify with
see it.
anyone.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just like being sour on it.
Haha.
I
I
don't know what
mhm.
else I would have wanted. Maybe like more for like the supporting cast. I just think more clarity as to like what people are saying and what they're doing. I think we had to dig really deep to kind of connect a lot of these growth arcs that's happening with Santiago.
Yeah.
Maybe if it had been a little bit more clear, I think I would have appreciated it more.
Yeah. That was the one part that wasn't overdone. All the
What did you think?
connections. Well, I'm thinking it kind of feels like The Little Prince because I don't know if I connected with The Little Prince, but like what I liked about it, like all the characters that he brought out, I was like, oh, that's a really good characterization of, the thing he's trying to
Hmm.
say. But yeah, I don't know if I felt quite as strong with The Alchemist on that front.
Hmm.
I think I'll go 4 too.
What did we give The Little Prince? Did we give it a 5?
I don't know. I need to start saving all these things.
Oh,
Oh wait, no, maybe I think this one's Little Prince. I think we gave it a 5.
yeah. I
Yeah.
think I would have given it a 5. I enjoyed The Little Prince more than this one. But
What
maybe
about
it's
it?
because we read both of them back to back and I feel like they're so
Too much.
similar. So I think it
Yeah.
was like an overdose of philosophy.
Philosophy. Yeah. Good feels.
Yeah. And both of the books dragged, but I felt like The Alchemist dragged a lot more for me.
I think so. It was less whimsical. It was more serious. I think that
Yeah.
was it, right?
Yeah. And The Little Prince would make me laugh sometimes.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. I was like, I don't think there's ever any laughy moments in The
No.
Alchemist. He just kept getting beat up. Can't laugh at that.
Yes. Ugh.
Okay,
Okay.
lands the plane.
I think a 5. I think it
Yeah,
was a good, satisfying ending. I don't know how
brought it
else.
back.
Yeah.
I liked it too. He's even going back to the gypsy lady to pay her back. Liked it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, entertainment.
2.
2. Wow.
What are you thinking?
I was thinking 3 or 3.5. I mean, entertaining, it's really not entertaining. I'll go 3.
Okay.
All right, other miscellaneous.
I'm gonna give just a 3.
Mm,
All
okay.
around 3.
All around 3. Um, I haven't taken off any points for the no chapter thing. I think I'll go 4.
Okay.
All righty. What do you think our final rating came out to?
3.9.
Wow, yeah. It's 3.958. So basically a 4. But that's mainly pulled up by me. Yours was a 3.7. Mine was a 4.25.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, that's why I was thinking kind of low, because I was like, I think I kind of sabotaged a little bit.
But actually that's right around Goodreads. Goodreads, do you know what their rating was?
I thought theirs was lower. I thought it was like a 3.7.
It was right now it says 3.92 is what I'm saying seeing.
What?
I
Oh my
know. We read
God.
it the exact same as Goodreads.
Yeah, between the two of us, I feel like we do
We
a
got it
good
all
job.
covered.
Yeah, being balanced.
Yeah, we see both sides. Okay, do you want some reviews?
Yeah, give us some
Some of them are funny.
reviews. Give us the funniest ones.
Okay. All right. Why do people praise The Alchemist so much? Response. Why are Instagram inspirational quotes so popular? I hate everything else about this book. Yes, it is selling a very simple moral. It's so simple, in fact, that you could condense it down to one of these stickers people put on walls, like live, laugh, love, or
Oh,
carpe diem.
oh my God.
Response. You sound like the baker who never fully realized his destiny.
Oh no.
I think anyone who realizes their destiny, or at least tries their hardest, will appreciate this book. Unlike the baker who chooses comfortability over truth and knowledge.
Oh my God, what a sick burn.
I know.
Who wrote that? The author? Just another
Just
random.
reviewers on Reddit. I don't know. People on Reddit wrote all those things.
Oh my God.
Okay, here's one that was like, oh, Candy kind of. There's, oh my gosh. All right. Like you kind of mentioned this one. Okay. This is from Goodreads now.
Okay.
So was it a good read? The main reason I hate this book. I only pulled the negatives because those are the most interesting. Okay, the main reason I hate this book. It's trite inspirational literature dressed up as an adventure quest. You go into it thinking that it's going to be about a boy's quest for treasure. If you read the back, there are words like pyramids, gypsy, alchemist. Turns out this is just the purpose-driven life dressed up with a little fable. That's what you called it. You said it looked like it.
Yeah. I called your
It
book The Purpose-Driven Life.
it looks just like it. It's
Oh my
Hallmark Hall of
God.
Fame territory set in an exotic locale, which pisses me off to no end as I normally try to dodge that sort of thing. But here it
Uh,
is, masquerading as the type of book I normally like. If Coelho knew anything about alchemy, he would have been able to transform this crap into gold. Alas, it's still crap.
no. No.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
so rotten, but funny.
Oh. Oh my God. A lot of people liked it.
A lot of people
A lot
liked
of
it, but
people really liked the morals.
to take time out of your day to write that.
I think people get really into this. This is their circle of influence.
Oh my God. Well, I did tell Chrissy off pod. I was like, this whole book, I think, could have been an email. Like one of those, you know?
A little bit. Well, it could have been an Instagram post.
Ah.
But you know what I
Yeah.
think? Oh yeah,
Huh.
no, you finish.
No, go.
No, mine was totally changing the topic. It's a good final comment kind of thing.
Okay. I was just gonna say, like, it was good. It for the right person, I would recommend. Like, a girlfriend, she was going through a hard time, and I recommended this book, and she really enjoyed it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I feel like for the right person at the right time, this is a 5.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's a 3. Otherwise, it's a 1.
That's so interesting because I really don't know many other books like that. You know?
I think
Do
it's
you?
like a classic self-help book. If you
Maybe.
read any good old self-help book, those are a little bit more like instructional in format. But it's like if you read it when that's the help that you need, you find it great. If you read
That's
it and you
true.
don't need the help, you find it boring and repetitive.
Yeah. I wonder if this book, it's like really only has the one level because it's so repetitive. Maybe that's kind of what we're feeling, where it's like when you're at a different time in your life, you're like, I really don't need that level, and there's nothing else to it.
Yeah.
Or maybe are we missing it? Because the Little Prince were like, this is very rereadable for all ages.
I think because even though it was like a little repetitive, it was not like this. This book was you're literally traveling the desert, circling the drain. Like
Yeah,
the like the Israelites, 40
I
years in
know.
the
See,
desert.
it all goes back.
I just think there were whole segments that could have just been ripped out. And I don't like the whole Oasis thing. I don't know that that really added anything. Like, okay, he met Fatima. He could have met Fatima like on
Yeah,
the journey. There was whole sections
honestly, kind of true.
that don't add. I feel like that to me is like the part where I'm kind of like, is that you if you add a section, it should add to the story.
Yeah. And I guess with the Little Prince, it's like, they're one of the main themes was like kind of like being like a child and like keeping all the whimsy and stuff. But like with all of his different characters, he was showing a different aspect of how that can go wrong or how he can miss
Yeah.
that. And so it's yeah, always adding to the main message. But this one, it was just like the same message over
Yes.
and over. Yeah.
Like we
So I
even
think that's a
tried to
difference.
do the same exercise. Oh, what do these guys represent? We got to 2 people
I know.
and then we
That was
ran
it.
out. And we tried to remember the baker and we forgot about him.
I know.
And you've read this book 3 times and you've remembered it 0. Like, I mean,
We're
my
trying our
God.
best.
That doesn't tell you all you need to know. Then,
Solid 3.9.
yeah. So if you need the book, it's great. Otherwise, read The Little Prince.
Oh, I would definitely recommend Little Prince over this one.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
what was your closing thought?
All right. Closing thought was I think we are so ready for our next book,
Oh my God, I'm
Tress
so
of the Emerald
excited.
Sea.
Have you
I
started?
know. Yes, I've started. I really like it. I really like it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you're like Tress,
Really? Quirky?
walking around this earth with like curly hair, collecting antiques,
Disheveled. Yeah.
going to save your nerd husband.
Oh my gosh, maybe that's why I like it so much.
Instead of being called Tress, it could be called Tressy.
Chris. Oh, Tressie. Cressy.
Yeah.
I'd be honored. I love Tress. I think she's great.
Yeah, duh. I'll get you a mirror for your birthday.
Oh my gosh. I would love it. Just what I've
Okay,
wanted to see.
so for programming Tress in the Emerald Sea, it's broken up into 6 parts. I think we do two, two, and two.
That sounds good.
And the first part's going to be fairly short, but we have to do another author recap.
Oh, I didn't even look at the page numbers because, okay, well, I was going to save this for our next episode. Guess I'll bring it up now too, though. I saw somewhere Sanderson said he wrote this on his own. And he said, I'm so excited to share this book with you that had no deadline. I I forget what else he said, but the big thing I remember was no deadline. And I was like, what? Then I was like, how long is this book? And I have it on
Oh my
Kindle again,
God.
so I have no idea how long it is.
Okay, so for people who didn't listen to episodes 1 through 30 of
Oh,
Lit,
God.
the book meanders. I mean, it's a great book. We enjoyed it, but it meanders for the first 400 pages. And
How
then
long was that? Oh my
it was like
gosh.
600 or
I
550.
think it's 500.
So the first 400 pages, we're talking like 70%. It's just like taking its time, whatever. And then one of the main characters, he has like this deadline. And all of a sudden, everything starts happening at once. And the character says, "This cursed deadline." And we're like, that's Sanderson. His editor was like,
Yes.
finish this up.
I know, I really want that tattooed. This cursed deadline. I could do
This
so
cursed-
much.
Oh my God. If I
This
had like
one.
an arms,
Oh yeah.
oh, I was gonna say if I had like an arm sleeve like full of tattoos, I would throw that on there.
It's so good.
That's so
Maybe we need
good.
that one on our wall. Live, laugh, love. This cursed deadline.
I would totally put that on. I might put that on my kitchen wall.
Honestly, I like that too. Like fancy script.
So, how
Man.
far have you read so far?
So I am right on chapter 10.
Okay.
I don't know when the second part. I don't know how far that is, honestly.
I think
never
that's
mind.
just about the second part. The second part's chapter through chapter 12.
Yeah. So I'm doing pretty good. I was gonna say, I was like, I feel like I'm reading through this book so quickly.
Yeah.
So
I'm on page like 130.
where does that translate to?
Like
'Cause I'm on location 790.
chapter 24.
Oh, okay. So should I
Yeah.
stop at part 2 before and then we talk about it?
I don't think
Or
so.
you think, okay. So if I
I
know a
would say
little bit
just
extra, it's okay.
Yeah, I think it's fine. It's
All
not
right,
like
sounds good.
Elantris where there's like some great big mystery to be solved and you're
Mm,
trying to guess. It's more of like true adventure.
I really like it. I'm
Yeah.
a big fan. I'm excited to talk about it.
Yeah, I am too. Okay, so we're gonna do Tress, and then after that, we're gonna go back to Akatar.
Yeah, that's right.
Try
Part
pump these
2.
numbers up, baby.
I know. We need a boost on Bookalytics.
Speaking of a boost, if you've made it this far, please rate a 5, review a nice comment, and tell a friend.
We would love that. Send us an email, bookalicious.pod@gmail.com.
Yeah.
We'd
I
love it.
feel so much more awake now that we're not talking about The Alchemist anymore. I'm falling asleep.
Honestly.
We were both yawning.
All we needed to do was close that book. Close that
Okay,
book.
cool. All right, well, I'll see you next time. Love
Okay,
you.
love you. Bye.
Bye.